Hello guys, this is Jack. Today on ReviewBot, we'll be reviewing Avengers: Age of Ultron. Now, I was going into this movie thinking that I wouldn't like it that much, but I liked it slightly more than I thought I would. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Like, I thought that the story was just weird and that Ultron was weird, but it was fine. The story wasn't bad, but Ultron, I do have a problem with Ultron, as in he's not like, you know, the robotic, like no little to no emotion type of villain that I was looking for. If you guys know the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes TV show, the animated one, then you know the Ultron from that one is
just right.
That's the first Ultron that I got experience with. Like, that's the first one I saw on film, so that's kind of the one that I was used to. They're attacking the Hydra base, and there's a lot of CGI in this movie. It's obviously, with all the Marvel movies, there's a lot of CGI. But in this movie, it's used very heavily because this is probably the movie where they stopped using a lot of practical effects. But yeah, there's a lot of CGI in this movie. It doesn't look bad, per se, but some of it is a little bit janky, if you know what I mean. And there's a lot of janky bits in the beginning fight. And yeah, so the beginning fight, back to what I was talking about, the beginning fight is really good. Obviously, the comic book panel shot, the classic, all the Avengers assembling, pretty awesome. And, one of my favorite scenes from the entire movie is just when Tony Stark picks up the scepter with his Iron Man gauntlet. I don't know why, it's very satisfying. So yeah, and then they have their party, and the scene with Ultron in it, where Ultron is like coming to life, kind of, and he's talking to Jarvis and he destroys Jarvis. That was pretty good. And then they have their party, and Stanley cameo in it is pretty awesome.
I gotta have some of that. No. See, this was aged for 1,000 years. The barrels built from the wreck of Grunhill's fleet is not meant for mortal men.
Neither was Omaha Beach, Blondie. Stop trying to scare us. Come on.
All right.
Excelsior.
And where they're all trying to pick up Thor's hammer, obviously it's a classic scene. I'm not really going to talk much about that because, I don't know, it's just classic. Yeah, so then I fight Ultron, and then they actually, Ulysses Claw from Black Panther. But Ultron is trying to get vibranium from this guy, and he chops off his arm.
You think I'm one of Stark's puppets, his hollow men? Look at me. Do I look like Iron Man? Stark is not. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's gonna be okay. I'm sorry.
And the fight in that ship and that whole thing it's decent. But my favorite scene in the entire movie, the Hulk versus Hulkbuster fight scene. Wow, it is, oh my gosh, it is amazing. And then they go to the farm and they do all the farm things. Thor does something off and he swims around for a little bit, having fun time. The fight in Korea is it's fine. So getting to the stuff with Scarlet Witch in this movie, it was good. It was really good because we got all those like dream sequences with Scarlet Witch controlling all their minds during the battle before the battle with the Hulk Buster. And we learn that she was like experimented on and like all this stuff to become an assassin, and she had to like kill a lot of people in order to become like part of the group or whatever. But yeah, so pretty much after the Korea battle, it's just Vision gets made, which is a pretty good scene. Not really much to talk about here. The ending battle is fine. I mean, Ultron is good, but I mean, he has a big army and stuff, but it's fine because they're all robots. But anyways, Quicksilver dies. I didn't even mention Quicksilver yet. But he dies for sure.
You didn't see that coming.
You didn't see that coming. Then, the city starts flying, and of course Hawkeye has a bow and arrow, and the fighting robots. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And of course they save the day. Wow, but wait a minute. Hulk has to fly out because he doesn't know how to fly a ship, so he flies out in space, and Thor Ragnarok, which I'm not going to do a review on, even though Black Widow is in it for like 2 seconds of the movie, I'm not going to do it because she's not a main character in the movie. So that's pretty much Avengers, Age of Ultron. Now, I'm gonna give this movie a bit more credit than I was originally going to because it was the final movie of Joss Whedon, and even he said that these movies are hard to make. Probably a 7.5 out of 10. Because it was a good movie, don't get me wrong. Not as good as some of the other Marvel movies out there, but it's decent. There's a lot of funny bits in there, like the entire scene with when they're trying to lift Thor's hammer and all that. It's like there are good parts, but there's a lot of janky CGI, and Ultron isn't that interesting.
I can't physically throw up in my mouth, but
There's a lot of good stuff in there. So yeah, 7.5. And yeah, next movie, Civil War. Going straight into Civil War, and after Civil War is Infinity War, and then Endgame. If you guys watched Avengers Age of Ultron recently, then put it in the comments what you thought of the movie, and what you thought of this review overall, and stuff like that. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'm seriously turn on notifications. Yeah, like, share, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Farewell. Farewell.